My name is McDowell. I got into coaching because I absolutely love fitness. I absolutely love seeing people make a change in their life because fitness had a big impact on me. I started getting in the gym around high school, playing high school football, played volleyball and basketball as well. Just trying to get to that next level. I played at a high level high school for athletics, and so I was trying to get an edge on my opponents. So I started lifting twice a day at home or at the local 24-hour fitness. Just really trying to get stronger. All of this just to be better at my sport and try to play at the next level. Because of a couple injuries, I wasn't able to play at the next level. I got a couple discs out of place in my back. My knees messed up. I don't even know what's wrong with it. And so, unfortunately, I was unable to fulfill my dream at the time of playing Division I football. For a while there, I was pretty lost. We didn't fulfill our season goals throughout our senior year. And I didn't fulfill my goal in high school, so I was definitely kind of lost. And so I just went to the gym. That's kind of what you do, working out for sports. And so I was like, oh, well, I should keep doing this. And I really just fell in love with the process, right? Progressive overload, just trying to get stronger for myself. And at that point, it wasn't so much about performance, but just trying to look better and get as strong as possible and get as big as possible. I really started to love it, started to take the gym a little bit more seriously. Going very consistent, cleaning up the diet, and then I decided to do my first bodybuilding competition. I wanted to see what it was all about, wanted to see if I could do it. I was watching the YouTubes, seeing these competitors on Instagram or these kids that are getting shredded. It's like, hey, I want to do this. I want to see if I can do it. And then throw in a little bit of heartbreak with a longtime girlfriend. That definitely fueled me to become the best version of myself. And that really started in the gym. I realized that I was not the man that I needed to be at the time. And so the first step in my personal development journey was to just get in the gym. It helped me with my emotions a lot, and it helped me learn a lot of lessons that I was able to transfer into my normal life, right? Into trying to start businesses, right? Into doing all kinds of different jobs, into living on my own for the first time, right? And so many lessons to be learned, so many risks to be taken. And without the gym, who knows where I would be at? I might be with the wrong crew, right? Fitness really turned it around for me. Fitness really allowed me to flourish and to learn lessons that changed my life for real. You know, learning to take risks, learning to put your back against the wall and see if you can make it, right? And these helped me to start my first businesses when I was 19 and 20 years old. This helped me to, you know, live on my own early on and try to figure things out, right? And so I can truly say that fitness changed my life, right? It really put the right head on my shoulders and taught me that anything is possible. I started to see consistency in the gym and I started to see results. Then that was when I learned that anything is possible, right? And anything that I put my mind to, anything that I do over a consistent period of time, that I will be successful. And I really just wanted to share that worldview with other people, right? I understand that I can walk into a room with this heightened confidence. I can walk into a room with a tight fitting shirt and I'm very confident in myself. I'm very confident in the risks that I take. I'm very confident just in the way that I talk to people. And I think a lot of that comes from the gym. Not only just because I look good, but because I know that I can do things that I thought I couldn't do before. And because I know that just taking a risk doesn't mean that I'm gonna die, right? And so I got into coaching because I just want to share that with other people. I know there's plenty of people in our world who are lost, who are broken, who don't really know what path to take, who don't walk around with a lot of confidence, who are feeling down with themselves every day. And I know that fitness and the gym can really turn that around for somebody. I've seen it happen in my own clients. My clients going from jobless, heartbroken, jobless, no money, to now starting his own business, right, within a matter of months, because the mindset just flips right there. And that's what it's all about. As much as I want to coach competitors and I love learning more about bodybuilding and wanting to be a competitor myself, for 99% of people, it's all about mindset and having confidence in, being confident in yourself and creating the world that you want to live in, right? I believe that men should be providers. I believe that men are supposed to be the man of the house. They're supposed to be leaders, right, to other people. And it's like, how are you going to lead somebody else if you can't even lead yourself, right? How are you going to lead a family? How are you going to be a speaker or be a CEO or run your own business when you literally can't even take your own advice? When you literally can't even just put the fork down. You can't just listen to your own mind. You have no control over your own actions, right? You're just sitting there doom scrolling, and then you see all this food come up and you just order Uber Eats. How are you supposed to be a leader when you literally can't control your own actions? These are the things that I learned in the gym. This is how fitness has changed my life. I'm in control of my actions. I choose to wake up when I want to. I choose to eat what I want to. Sure, I choose an insane life. I choose to do crazy things, right? But I know it's my choice, right? If I wanted to go eat junk food, I could choose it. I don't have to do it because I'm sitting here on my phone. And you deserve to have that freedom. You deserve to have that control over your life. This is why I love fitness. This is why I love the gym, right? When I'm working with my clients in person, a lot of times they get scared of a weight, right? I'm watching them do a set and I know you can do more weight. So I tell them, you're doing more weight next set. They're like, oh, I've never done that before. That's heavy. That's a lot of weight. In reality, it's not a lot of weight, for one thing. And for two, they're just scared because they've never done it before. And that's okay, right? So I'm there to tell them, you can do it. I'm watching you. You can do it, right? Do the same thing you just did, right? Keep the form the same. It's just going to be a little bit heavier. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. You've never been there before. It's going to be a new feeling, right? But overcome it, right? So go for it. Overcome it, right? Anything that you do in life that's new is going to be scary. If it wasn't scary, then I'd be a little bit worried, right? I'd be a little bit worried that you didn't think it meant enough to you. If it wasn't scary, it doesn't mean enough, right? And that's just like anything easy is not worth it. Anything that's worth it is not easy, right? So if you want to look better, if you want more confidence, you're going to have to put in some hard work, right? But it will be worth it in the end, right? It's just like anything in life, right? If you want to live financially free, if you want to run a business, you're going to have to take a lot of risks along the way to get there. And if you're saying, oh, it's too scary, it's too scary, I can't make that call. That dude's made X amount of money this year and I'm making this much money, so I can't call him. It's like, you're never going to make it anywhere. These are the same exact lessons that I want to teach people in the gym, because there's no barrier to entry. Everybody starts at the same spot when you're in the gym, right? Maybe you're like me and I did a bunch of push-ups and pull-ups when I was 12, 13 years old, so I could bench press 225 sooner. But that doesn't matter. We all started at zero, right? Maybe somebody started earlier or started later. Everybody starts at the same spot. And so that's why the gym is the ultimate place to grow your mindset, to develop yourself as a person, not only just because of how you look, because of how you feel, right? If you wake up, you get a workout in before everybody else, and then you go to work, you automatically just have this heightened sense of yourself. You are so much more confident just because you know that you accomplished something today. An accomplishment is one of the biggest things, especially for men, in just feeling like you complete a task throughout the day, not feeling like you're missing out, right? If you go the entire day, you just went to work and then you came home, you are not going to feel accomplished at all, right? It's going to be hard to go to sleep knowing that tomorrow you're going to have to figure something out new, or you're just going to have the same empty feeling. I've been there. Days where you wake up late, you miss your alarm, you got to go straight to work, and then it's like, what do I do with my day? I don't want to go to the gym now. I just had a long day. That's when you got to make it work, right? Because imagine one day when you have kids and your life is going to have to be so standardized and so organized that if there's anything that you want to do, it's going to have to be wrapped around where your kids are. So your kids got school at 8, they got to be up at 6. Might have to get a workout in at 4 in the morning. You might as well get used to having some structure. You might as well get used to having control of your actions, right? Because it's not just going to flip for you like that once you have a kid or once you get married. Nothing is just going to flip like that for you, right? I'm getting to the age where some of my friends are getting married and the mindset is not there yet, right? You shouldn't be getting married, bro. You're not going to be the provider. You're not leading anybody. You're not even leading yourself. Just develop yourself first, right? And this was something that I learned from my breakup too, right? I thought I was the man. I thought I was going to marry this girl, right? But obviously I wasn't the man at that point. I'm not going to marry her. So I had to grow as a person, right? And because I thought she was everything and, right, she broke up with me, then that just made me feel like I'm nothing, right? That was everything. I'm hurt, I'm nothing. Maybe you felt that way, right? But that just made me want to be so much better. I didn't want to dwell in that. I knew that I had to become better, right? I didn't know where to start, but I started in the gym. That was just something that I did, and I just took that shit seriously, and I gave it everything that I had because that was all I knew. And that transferred into starting businesses, doing very well for myself early on, taking a lot of risks and failing some risks, right? But that's okay. So, moral of my story is fitness changed my life. I would not be here without the gym. I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be off at college partying or something. And we all know that ain't doing nothing for nobody, right? And I'm able to look at other people and I just want to enlighten. I just want to be able to share my knowledge with other people. I want to be able to share my experience and document my experiences, right? Within this bodybuilding prep, I'm just thinking so much more of how I can optimize my life, how much I can take so many more risks. I can do this, I can do that, right? It's because every single day I do my cardio, I do my workout, I eat my meal plan on point, 100%. Every single week I check in and we're doing progress. If I can do this, I check every single box that my coach gave me for the week, and I get progress by the end of the week. And he says, hey, good job, do it again. Or here's a new plan, make progress again. Then you get that thought of, if I want to start a business, I just need to check every single box every single day for X amount of time, and then I'll get there, right? That's a lesson that I learned from the gym. So it's like, nobody teaches you that in school. That's where I get a little bit of controversy, but that's okay. Because I think that you learn a lot of lessons in the gym, and I just want to share that with everybody. That's why I love coaching. That's why I want to coach as many people as I possibly can. That's why I want to share this message with as many people as I possibly can. So if you're listening to this, if you made it this far, please share this with somebody who needs to hear this. Because I believe that everybody should hear this message. I believe that everybody should be able to take a risk and have control of their own actions and live the life that they want to live. My name is Ty McDowell. You better remember that name, because one day you'll see me somewhere. Love y'all.